Good morning, friends and fellow traders. This is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options, coming to you with the morning market preparation video for July 5th, 2018. Well, hey everyone, I hope you all had a fantastic 4th of July celebration. Ready to get back into the groove of things here. And this morning we're looking at the market being really happy, surprisingly happy, considering the fact that Asian markets were lower as a result of just nerves about tariffs, which are set to begin tomorrow. So we have tariffs getting ready to kick in. We have the FOMC meeting minutes coming out at 2 o'clock p.m. today. And we have the big employment situation report number coming out Friday morning prior to the market open. And also considering the fact that volumes could be light today with traders, extending their weekend. Extending right through the weekend, extending their holiday. So here we are, we're in a really interesting situation. Now, one thing I want to point out is if you look at, I'm going to go to the Dow, and if we look here from where we closed Tuesday, and you go back 5 days, right here, 5 trading days, the Dow Industrial Average, although it's moved hundreds of points on a daily basis, hundreds of points up or down, lots of travel. We ended the day on Tuesday 59 points higher than we were 5 days ago. So what does that mean? Well, that means that folks are just getting chopped to pieces. And if we continue to chase these big morning gaps, why should we expect anything different? Remember, we've had 2 of these big morning gaps, gap down and whip back higher. We've had 3 over the last 5 trading days, gap significantly up to whip right back down. So, the old saying, fool me once, shame on me. Or excuse me, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. Is just kind of one of those things that I think about when I see this. How many times are we expected to fall subject to these big morning gaps? I want to caution everyone about chasing these. What I'm guessing is many people are experiencing lots of challenging trading. Their accounts are being chopped to pieces while this is going on. And I want you to recognize that as far as the Dow goes, we've really gone nowhere. After all of that price action, in fact, you can take that back a full 7 days, and we've really gone nowhere. But we've had lots of moving around. So be really careful today, considering all of the events, the things that are going to happen here over the next couple of days. Also kind of consider that a lot of traders will be extending their holiday right through the weekend. So there may be a little bit of volume just a lack of volume could occur. We could see some real choppy price action after the morning gap. So make sure if you're going to buy, if you're still planning to jump in, the fear of missing out is getting a hold of you. I want you to consider what's happened over the last 5 to 7 trading days here in the Dow and realize you've missed nothing by standing on the sidelines. Nothing, unless you're a day trader. So kind of keep that in mind. Let's take a look at the Dow here. We finished the day on Tuesday, back below that 200-day moving average, and clearly the potential of moving lower looked possible. Now we're gapping all the way back up, and we're looking to test that 200-day moving average as resistance again this morning today, just whipping back and forth and just literally chopping people's accounts to pieces. Let's take a look at the SPY. SPY, very much the same thing, trapped between resistance up here and support. So we have resistance, we have support that we're trying to deal with, we have a market trying to decide what it wants to do, and we're bouncing back and forth in here through that 50-day moving average. So this morning we're gapping up again, running back up toward this resistance that has rejected it now 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So kind of keep that in mind as we approach that resistance area today. Let's take a look at the Qs. Qs just been bouncing back and forth last 7 days. Again, nothing really happened here in the Qs over the last 7 days. We've traveled a lot of distance, but we've actually gained nothing. And keep in mind this gap up this morning, gapping up only partially that sell-off on Friday. So Q's not responding nearly as strongly as the Dow or the SPY this morning. That would be a little bit of a concern for me. Also, let's take a look at IWM. IWM gapping up this morning, showing some strength here, following through. Now, IWM was the only index that managed to hold on to a positive close on Friday. Those small caps showing some strength. Let's keep in mind as we move up here, we have price resistance right here that IWM needs to deal with. So this morning, if we take a look at the VIX, the VIX has just been bouncing around this support resistance zone. And you can see this is a significant level right here. And we've been bouncing around in that for the last 7 days, just kind of popping back and forth in there. So far, we haven't really had a bunch of fear creep in. We haven't had a bunch of good feelings creep in either, I guess I should say. And we're just kind of stuck in this range. This morning's gap down will likely move this lower in here. We'll see if that holds now for the end of the day. Currently, Dow futures are just pushing higher. Keep in mind, we're not seeing that kind of bullishness in the Qs or the SPY. The SPY looking at a gap up of about 20 points in the YM futures. I mean, ES futures. So interesting price action and dangerous price action, if you ask me. Let's take a look at T21. 22 T21 22, that 4-week new high new low ratio, and you can see this has spiked way up here. This is really kind of bizarre that we're spiking way up here on current price action. So kind of keep that in mind. We still have room to go to the upside, and we have obviously room to go to the downside. There's something funky with what's going on here, and I'm not really sure how to take this. Perhaps I'm getting some early numbers, and we're seeing this big rally in here based on the futures this morning. I don't know. That would be unusual. So it's odd to see that moving up like that so sharply when Tuesday the market was lower. So we'll have to see what's going on here. I don't know that I would trust this very much looking at this right now. Let's take a quick look at the economic calendar today. Just to keep in mind, we have quite a bit on the calendar today. We have, for events to move the market, we had the ADP report coming out at 8:15 to talk about that jobs number. Keep in mind, ADP has really lost a step here. It's become quite unreliable in its getting to the number correctly. So keep that in mind. Really hit and miss. Jobless claims, they're expecting those to decline today, showing that labor strength continues to be very strong. The ISM number coming out here, non-manufacturing number, at 10 a.m. today. And we have EIA petroleum status report and the FOMC minutes today at 2 p.m. Keep in mind, it's pretty normal for the market to become a little bit light and choppy ahead of that FOMC minutes release. And then also, I think it's important to keep in mind on how you plan your risk for the day that we have that big employment situation report number in the morning on Friday prior to the market open. So we can probably expect another big gap tomorrow. Obviously, the question is in which direction. So remember, all the trade tariffs kick in tomorrow. So keep that in mind as you plan the rest of your week. Everyone, hey, I want to wish you all a fantastic day. And if this is the first time you've seen these videos, please do me a favor, click that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow me button on Facebook, click those thumbs up buttons, drop a comment, and always feel free to share this video with any friends and family that you might think could benefit. Remember, the purpose of these videos is not to give you a prediction of which way the market's going to go. It's to give you an objective look at the technicals of a chart and try to discern the market and how we want to approach the market for the day. With that, everyone, I want to wish you all a fantastic day. I wish you great profits, and I will talk to you all very soon, bright and early Friday morning. Take care now.